Here with me today is Andy Smith from the University of New Hampshire Survey Center, here to talk about our latest poll, which includes a question about minimum wage and whether or not Mainers support raising it, which is also a central campaign issue. What did we find?
Found strong support for the minimum wage. 75% of Maine voters support raising the minimum wage. And it's interesting, it's bipartisan. It's not surprising that Democrats are in favor of it, but 59% of Republicans are in favor of increasing the minimum wage. And they're talking about a fairly significant increase as well. Most people want to have a minimum wage increase to somewhere between $9 and $11. It's currently at $7.50, so that's a fairly significant increase in the minimum wage. Interesting to see how this plays out in the election. I think Democrats will be using this against Governor LePage because he's been opposed to it, but I don't know if that's going to add anything to I don't think it's going to pull Republicans away from LePage.
What would it do for down-ticket Democrats, legislative candidates, who I know are making this an issue in their respective campaigns? Would it help them potentially?
I think it could, but I think really what's going to be determined by that is the turnout. And if this is something that allows people that motivates more the Democratic base to get them out to vote, that'll help Democrats all the way down the ticket.
And is the support for minimum wage in this poll, is that in line with what we've seen in national surveys?
Yes, the minimum wage is really interesting. People favor this by fairly high percentages across the country. It becomes much more of a political issue within the legislatures because there you've got special interests that have concerns about paying people more. But you got to remember, most people aren't making the minimum wage, so it doesn't impact them personally. So it's nice to raise the minimum wage, but people aren't going to. Most voters aren't going to make this a central issue in their voting decision.
Very good. Well, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.